What is up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about how to trade ICT's 2022 mentorship model and how I was able to catch about, I think it was 137 pips or so on Euro USD on this past Monday. So if we look at the daily, we have been very bearish. So I was expecting price to open up this week and probably continue bearish and take out these lows on the daily. So when we come into the 1 hour, we're still very bearish. Now, when you're trading the New York session, your New York times and your New York kill zone is going to be 7 a.m. New York time to 12 a.m. New York time is your AM session. Okay. You're going to want to also come down here and set your settings for your time zone to New York time. It just makes everything a lot easier. Okay. Now, when trading the New York session, our entries we're going to be looking, you can see these are where my entries were. I just left them on the chart because I knew I was going to be making this video. But for when it comes to trading the New York session from 7 a.m. to noon time, the more dialed in times are going to be your 8:30 a.m. open, your 9:30 a.m. Equities market open, or your commodities market open, and then all the way to lunchtime, which is 12 to 1. This is kind of like our no trade zone. All of those are your AM session. And then there's also sometimes another opportunity you can trade the afternoon session, or what ICT refers to as the PM session, from 1:30 to about 4. All right, so on this day, what you want to look for is since we're bearish and the market is going down, we want to look for buy side liquidity or relatively equal highs. Think of it this way. If the market is trending down, then if someone was in a sell, someone was in sells, then they're probably most likely trailing their stop loss down. So let's say you're here in the market, right, and you're in sells and your stop loss is either probably above here or you're trailing down. That means that there's tons of liquidity up here, right? And the same thing goes for people that were in buys here. There were stop losses, and then market came back down. And now if there's anybody buying this move swing up, then there's stop losses coming this way. So that's one way to think about it, is think about where people that are in the market, where would their stop losses be? And those are your areas of liquidity that are being looked to being swept and kind of run on. So I like to use the 15-minute just prior to 8:30 open and try to find relatively equal highs that haven't been taken out yet. On the 15-minute, if I don't see anything, I'll come down to the 5-minute and kind of see, okay, this is possibly an area we have equal highs here. We're starting to get taken out. But what you really want to do is wait. I generally like to wait closer to 9:30 to take any trade setups, unless something is, screaming at me after 8:30 to 9:30, like here. But I generally like to wait as close as I can to 9:30. So here we're just playing the waiting game. We have 8:30 open, and then we're waiting. So then these equal highs here, and this high this high. We'll run there. And then we also created relatively equal highs. If you look here to this candle's wick high. Now they're not going to be perfect, but they're just relatively equal highs here. And then also in that model, ICT teaches fair value gap, or what's also known as imbalance or displacement, which means when you get such a big push of volume down that a gap is created in the market or an imbalance is created in the market, and this is where price likes to come back to. So if you see here, we have an imbalance up here, this area, and you have another one from this one to this one. So which we see here, price trades right up into there, as well as there. Some people might look at this as an area of supply as well, which is kind of one way I guess you can look at it. But so we started trading higher, taking out these equal highs, and then traded all the way up into this gap and overshot a little bit, and that's okay. So what I like to do at this point is scale down to the 1 minute. So I'll work my way down from the daily, 1 hour, 15, 5, and then anywhere lower than the 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 minute for your entries. Now, what am I looking for to enter? The same thing I just talked about was those fair value gaps. So if you see here, we created one here as market coming down. So what we're waiting is for a market structure shift. We have this last swing low here, as well as these lows here for a minor structure, market structure break. With a big push down, we're creating a displacement. So we had a gap fill in here. So you could have taken the entry up in this area, which I did take here. Stops 14 pips above, place stops above this swing high, and then targeting areas of liquidity and gaps on the downside here, as well as equal lows down here you could target. So we entered off of this fair value gap when we have a market structure minor shift. Another way you can look at is over here on a line chart. You can see this kind of these lows down here, just to see if you get a better break. So you see here, market continues down, we get that break, and then trades right back up into this gap. So if you go back to your line chart, you see these lows here. This swing low was broken there. Make color you can see. So here you have your market structure break or shift, trade back up into this fair value gap. We even kind of tapped up into this one slightly and continue to break lower. Now I had noticed here we have this gap here that we also traded back up into. So I was scalping on the way down. And then as you see here, we also created this gap. Up in here, which I believe I think I took an entry over here off of as we continue lower. Right there. You could take an entry. There's another entry. again, we're still in this original position, and these are just scale ins. And as we go, suffered a little bit of heat here. You see market traded all the way back up into this gap again, so you would have had another opportunity to get in up there. And we're in between our 9:30 and noon optimal trade entry times for the New York session or AM session. As we go down, we create another displacement and gap here in this box. Trying to make them a little bit more like visible. There we go. Just so you can see them better. Okay. Smooth price forward. Straight back up into it again. And then market just smashed through all of our take profits here. So then if there's a way to move any faster than this. There we go. So here we're in our no trade time. You don't want to trade during this time. And then you have your PM session. So I had noticed we had willingness to continue to trade down, and we had created this fair value gap that broke these lows down here. So you had a market structure break there, as well as a minor break here. So this large push here down is the push that broke these lows here. So then you have displacement there, and you could have caught a small little scalp off of this gap. If you notice between this here and here, market trades right back up into it here, almost to the T to the previous candle's low to balance it out. And then you could have taken or put a little position here that stops right there, and then target underneath these lows here for 1 to 2, and TP smash there. But the trade that I did end up taking is over here in the afternoon session, closer to the end of the day. So as we see, price traded all the way up, back up into close to this fair value gap, and also back up into this area. Now I'm looking for that comes up into there. So then I missed this small entry. So I think I did market execution here. See, and you had another opportunity for a better entry there. You're patient, and then market just melted there. Comes back down, and let's take profit. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and any questions on certain topics concerning ICT concepts, feel free to comment below and I'll make a video on it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and hit that subscribe button. Helps me out, helps the algorithm, so you guys can see more videos as I keep uploading them on my journey. And guys, have a great night. Trade safe.